Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Intimidation Clothing. It is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the NAAFS Amateur Series female 120-pound weight class. And now, introducing out of our John P. Lennon red corner, this fighter stands 5 feet tall, weighing in at 119 pounds, fighting out of Pomeroy, Ohio, making her debut in the cage tonight, Gailey Lapita. And now her opponent fights out of our B3 Enterprises blue corner. Her MMA record sits at 0 wins and 1 defeat. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 120 pounds even, representing Team Bundy, fighting out of Hermitage, Pennsylvania, Rebecca Train Wrecka Gruitza. Your referee is Mr. Frank Garrick.
Well, that was one of the more creative nicknames I've heard.
I like that. It rhymes.
Yeah. That's never a bad thing.
Rebecca the Train Wrecka.
Well, let's see if she lives up to that moniker. We've seen Rebecca fight in the cage. We've seen her kickbox. She's obviously going to want to put that huge reach
and height
to her advantage. So let's see if she does that.
9 inches in height and 7 inches in reach, and
you can see the game plan here already for Lapidus.
Yeah, she wants none of that. It scores a nice takedown early.
Yeah, as a taller fighter, you always want to keep that shorter opponent at bay. You always want to keep them at the end of your punch. You don't. The shorter fighter is going to want to get in there and work tight.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jess, but just as you said that, that looks like she's not going to get it. Maybe. Oh no, she's got it.
Oh man, it's in there.
Yeah, it is. And Lapidus doing everything she can to fight out of this, but I think Gruitza might have it.
Yeah, she's going to need to get up closer, peel those arms, and hold that wrist like a rope, because you don't want her to be able to move her thumb left and right.
Yeah, Rebecca's going to let go of those legs and not cross them. Let that top leg come down over the head and control the body with the other.
I agree with you 100%. The leg crossing when an arm bar should only be when you're on the ground and your opponent's trying to wiggle out, then you switch and do different things. But
yeah, absolutely. If I were Rebecca, I would let go of that and work the transition and get back up and work that reach.
Lapidus using that right knee to try to break through.
She goes right back to that arm bar. And she's going to pull out, it looks like.
But she's using a lot of gas to try to finish this fight.
And I'm surprised with those long legs that she doesn't transition from that armbar to a triangle as Lapidus is pulling out.
Well, Lapidus is still in deep water right here. I mean, with those long legs, you would have to think that Gruitza's going to throw up a triangle at some point.
Absolutely. She's leaving those arms out there, too. She's got that elbow.
And Greg, just as you said, she must have listened to you.
She must have heard you, Greg.
She's got that earpiece and it's working.
Now she needs to pull her head down.
Get that elbow across.
Let's see, Lapidus right now not panicking at all. But she's in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, she needs to, don't worry about that punch. Just pull her head down. You got the triangle sunk deep.
Looks like Rebecca, if she grabs a hold of that leg and pulls it down, she can knock it down even more.
I agree. And here she goes, pulling down the head.
And there she pulls the head.
There we go. She grabs that outside leg, pulls it in. It's like taking a door and locking it.
And you're hearing this from somebody who knows, ranked in the top 10 in the world, Jessica I, who is sitting in with us tonight. 10 seconds, man. If Lapidus can last and get through this, that's a big confidence booster.
Wow, that shows
Wow.
Holy.
That was close.
Wow.
And that shows the heart of Lapidus. I couldn't believe it. Now, during that triangle, and I got to laugh because sometimes we hear some crazy things in the crowd. Somebody yelled, "Stand him up," which I thought was the most ridiculous thing I've heard.
Well, there's obviously some fans here that are new to the sport, perhaps. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But, Jessica, I got to ask you, this is not necessarily in your weight class, 120 pounds, but give us your feedback on that first round.
Oh, I thought it was good. I would have liked to see Wrecka use her reach a little bit more and work her stand-up game. You know, I've actually got a chance to cross-train with her a couple times, and she's got a good stand-up. I think Lapita, I mean, she did a great job defending and was very defensive, and that's probably one thing she's learned through being in the Army, is being able to be more defensive than offensive.
Well, she's definitely shown the heart of a warrior, as most military fighters do. And I'll tell you what, I thought it was over at this point when she had that triangle locked in and was pulling down the head and then got the arm. It was just a matter of time, but time ran out, and Lapidus has another life, as they say.
You know, as they say with submissions, sometimes you can't push too hard for them. You got to let them come. You don't try too hard to get something to pull off.
And there's a shot of the lovely and talented Jessica I sitting in with us here tonight in Streetsboro, Ohio, as she prepares for a world title fight. This fight will probably air after that point, Jessica, but we wanted to wish you the best of luck, which we know is going to be a huge fight for you.
Certainly. Thank you, Greg.
And here we go, back to live action. Rebecca Gruitza in the white T-shirt.
And yeah, Greg, we were talking, she definitely, Rebecca definitely seems to be much more cognizant of her reach advantage, and she's really measuring herself, not letting Lapidus get in tight on her.
Well, as Lapidus stands in front of her, she's got to initiate those jabs and create those angles and create the fight for herself. There she goes.
Yeah, one thing she's not going to want to do is get backed into the corner or up against the cage where she can't utilize that reach.
Absolutely. As a shorter fighter, you want to do that. You want to be able to take away that reach advantage and the fact that they won't be able to punch you and maybe work that takedown.
And Lapidus early on, John, doesn't seem to be very offensive-minded.
Oh, nice.
And just as I say that, of course.
And Gruitza got her hair done by Big John Hawk, apparently.
They do match, don't they?
Yeah, that's an interesting hairstyle, but Rebecca's a colorful personality if you know her, so matches her perfectly.
As a nice leg kick.
I would like to see both of these girls, you know, work their different stand-ups. I'd like to see Rebecca push a little bit more and Lapita to actually work maybe some of that wrestling. Yeah, especially being the smaller fighter.
I agree. I'd like to see her work inside and perhaps look for another takedown. But maybe after being in trouble in the first round, she wants to keep this fight standing, but that reach, we're seeing it. Huge weapon for Gruitza. And I had a chance to talk to Rebecca before the fight momentarily, and you could tell she was focused, taking this fight very seriously here tonight.
Yeah, Rebecca trained with a very good camp. She actually, before she came to Pennsylvania, she was training with Lyman Good.
Oh, man, good right hand by Rebecca Gruitza. And she's got Lapidus hurt. Oh, and a big right fired right back. If you're Gruitza, you've got to smell blood here and try to finish this.
And I think she does.
Yeah, Lapita better do something instead of just standing there eating the punches before they call this fight.
And I wonder if she's gassed because her hands are down. She's nice push.
Oh, man. And this one's got to be close to being stopped here.
It's got to be. There we go.
There it is. Rebecca Gruitza bursts into tears, and that's understandable in this sport.
Very emotional sport fighting.
Sir.
Very emotional. Gets your first win. She's got a ton of people cheering her on.
Very well deserved. Congratulations, Rebecca Gruitza. Jessica, as I mentioned, an honor to have you sitting here with us, but also getting an opportunity to watch you fight in person over the years has been just a thrill. We can't wait to see how far you're going to go in this sport.
Thanks, Greg. I really appreciate being here with you guys today, and I appreciate every bit of my career being here.
Well, we certainly are happy to have you as we watch some of the replay action here, as Gailey Lapidus gave it everything she had, but in the end, just not enough for Rebecca Gruitza here tonight. Well, let's send it up to Jazz and make this female bout official here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Frank Garrick has stopped this fight due to strikes. Your winner by TKO, Rebecca Train Wrecka Gruitza.
I'm standing here with your winner, Wrecka Gruitza. Get that first win under your belt. The first round, she came out, took you down. You were throwing submissions up left and right. Looks like the second round, you really, really used your reach. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, well, my coaches and teammates and friends know that I'm 5'9", and on Saturday sparring sessions, that's like the one thing that I use. So I knew I was gonna have to do that because she's short and she could take me down.
Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank my team, my coaches, my sponsors, Scrap Soldier, Foundation Fight Company, and Sun City Theater. And also, I'd like to just thank a little girl named Lauren Killian from my hometown who was recently diagnosed with brain cancer. And so I was kind of doing this tonight for her. And she lost her hair this morning, and it was really important that we brought home a win for her. So thank you, everyone.
Very well said. Give it up for your winner, Wrecka Gruitza. More NAAFS cage fighting coming right up.